This is the shirt that I was given on the day I wrestled Caesar the Bear at the Harrisburg Sportsman Show. They only gave these at the time to people who had actually participated in the wrestling. In 1990, I paid $20 to wrestle 800-pound Caesar. I weighed at the time 140 pounds. I later believed that I scared that bear so bad he refused to return to Harrisburg because he was afraid he would kill me. I later had to go to work that night, and I had to tell the foreman that I had hurt my ribs and needed light duty. He asked me why I needed the light duty work. I told him I was wrestling a bear. He found that rather humorous, but he did tell me that I could go over and do the really light duty job. I was over there about an hour, and Steve Morris came walking over to me, a very good friend of mine over at Path, and he asked me where he was on Saturday. This was Sunday night. I said I would have no idea. Steve told me that he was in Harrisburg watching those F&D heads wrestle that big bear. I said, us F&D heads had a ball. I was down there today, Steve. He said, you couldn't do that. The bear was throwing 300-pound guys around. I said, Steve, when was the last time you saw me doing this job? He said, you never do this job. I said, that's right, Steve. I can't do anything else. I was wrestling Caesar today. My New Year's resolution that year was never wrestle anything that outweighs you by 500 pounds. It's the only resolution I've ever kept. Playing with a young man one time, and he hit the golf ball at another golfer, and he is not a regular golfer, so he yelled, "Look out, dude," as the ball was going toward the golfer. Didn't hit him. Another story that happened, I hit a great drive on the 8th hole at the Scranton Municipal Golf Course. I had a very short wedge shot into the green. I hit the ball in the center, and I bladed it, and it bounced, rolled, twisted, and turned, ran through some heavy grass, slowed down, ran up on the green, bent to the right, ran into the stick. I had an eagle too. I wanted to see if any of the people I were playing with had seen the terrible eagle I had just made. I turned to look around, and my golfing opponent is mooning me. He may have seen something. I know I did. And another time I hit a drive, Edgewood in the Pines, and it hit the footbridge that we were supposed to cross, and it bounced high and back behind us, about 50 yards behind the pro tee. My nephews that I'm playing golf with, that was 15 years ago. My nephews still tell me every once in a while, don't hit the bridge, which I actually enjoy now. I wasn't too happy at the time. I spent 20 years working with the Pennsylvania Game Commission Black Bear Research Team. I literally love bears. I wanted to find out how strong a bear was. That's why I volunteered to wrestle Caesar at the Harrisburg Sportsman Show. As I said, I believed that I scared the bear so bad that he refused to return to Harrisburg simply because he became aware that he would kill me if he fought me again. You know, there's one sure way to tell that you've been bluff charged by a black bear. You're not bleeding when it's over. I've been lecturing on black bears, on bears in general. They are not aggressive to people. They have a natural fear of a human being. The closer they get to you, the more likely that natural fear is going to kick in, and they will realize that there's something that I should be afraid of. This is something I should be afraid of, and they almost always stop about 20 feet away from you, no matter how aggressive they're looking. If they get closer than that, you explode into them, which is on my video. One of the photographs in my book in Alaska shows two young men fly fishing, and they're facing away from a bear that has just walked up behind them. I used to tell people as a guide, I would release the fish they caught. The bears, they were on their own. And when your back cast stays behind you in Alaska, hope it's in a bush. I'm going to talk a little bit too about my bass membership. I'm a member of the a member of the bass organization promoting bass fishing tournaments. I am trying to interest the Bass Association at beginning surface-only bass fishing tournaments. I have asked them to look at it. I have been told that it would be brought up in front of their tournament directors, and I'm sincerely would like to begin that bass contest, and I would like to participate in it if at all possible. It's my favorite fishing, always has been. I'm a life member of the National Rifle Association. The right to keep and bear arms has been one of the most important things in my lifetime. One of the things I'd like to point out is that when the Founding Fathers were putting America together, and Paul Revere went looking for the people to defend America at that time, he went to the hunters' homes. He went to the well-armed civilian population of this country, and it was the hunters that gathered at the place of common where they fought, where they first went against the British professional army. It was the well-armed civilian population that met the British and turned them back and sent them home. All through history, it would be interesting to ask how many of our veterans were hunters before they were military people. The hunters have founded this country. It is the well-armed civilian population that is America's greatest strength in this world. This is another shirt that I was given that I'm very proud of. And I'm very glad that I participated in this near Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1988, I believe. Okay. And I would like to see something very similar to this happen in the not too distant future. I would like to change the word to helping hands across the world. All the countries of the world I would like to see on the same day in a not too distant future do pretty much the same thing as helping the people that you're in contact with. When they gave me the Ambassador for Peace Award on December 2nd of 2011, a little light went on and I said, maybe I can affect the entire future of the world. I am now trying to make that happen. I'm trying to address the litter problem that we have all over the world. I believe that all countries everywhere, I love going to the Unification Church meetings and meeting the different people from all across the world that are at these meetings. And we're all friends. We all talk about the problems in the world. I'm very proud to have been given the Ambassador for Peace Award. I don't want to be an old man with just a piece of paper. I want to be a leader of the Ambassadors for Peace. I want my life to mean something to the rest of the world. That's basically what I'm saying right here, right now.